Yo, 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 what's going on, y'all? Hey, thank you for joining my channel. I'm Andrew. This is kind of what I'm gonna talk about today is stocks. So like investing. So if you're really big into investing, this is the channel you want to stay on. This is what you want to learn about. This is what you need help with. So what am I personally investing in? So I look at long term, right? Space exploration, artificial intelligence, like automation technology, blockchain, digital currency, non-fungible tokens, different ways to store my information on like a iCloud type of network, but more secure. So what I invest in. So if you're currently on your Robinhood, Coinbase, Fidelity account, whatever it may be, and you're looking for what should you invest in and why? Like, it's always good to know what to invest in, but why. So for me, I see digital currency long term. I feel like cash and coins are something that's going to go away. It's also proven in data that it costs more for us to have that cash than it's actually worth. So why keep it? You know, when Apple and Samsung came out with Apple Pay and Samsung Pay and all that, they kind of helped get rid of cash. Then you had debit cards also, right? So debit cards, and you have the phone and Apple Pay. Now you have Venmo, you have PayPal, Cash App, touchless pay, just pay right at the machine with your phone. So you really don't, and you can have digital debit cards. So why have digital debit cards with actual governed banks when you can have a blockchain that's governed by the people, more secure? It's never been hacked. Blockchain's never been hacked. And your money stays safe and it grows interest. Right now, most interest, if you were to start investing, you'd be up at at a minimal, based on the companies I have right here, like you'd be up over 50% on your money off of, $100, and then you'd be up 50% if you left it there for a year. So this is what I'm gonna go through, digital currency and stocks. So these are things that you can get into right now. I'm also gonna talk about some things that I see coming up that others should pay attention to. So let's get into it. My first one is going to be obviously Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a digital currency. It's a global currency. Then I want to get into Dogecoin, right? Sporting, peer-to-peer, space, kind of big into Elon Musk and Mark Cuban. So look into that. Doge. Then you got Ethereum. It's the number 2 coin. It's adaptable. It does have higher fees and it has gas fees, but there's other platforms working around with Ethereum to help it grow. So Ethereum has a lot of great potential and is the number 2 coin, and there's a lot more availability compared to Bitcoin. It's not as scarce either. That's why the price is obviously lower. Then I look at like Polygon. It's a platform that allows developers to create scalable dApps on an Ethereum network, utilizing the Ethereum network. So Polygon is a security platform. So it's going to protect your information. It also wants to network with other platforms that are utilizing the same coin as Ethereum. You have a bunch of altcoins on one big coin, right? Like Ethereum, and then you have a bunch of alternate coins of Ethereum. Ethereum's also an altcoin too, of alternate of Bitcoin. But regardless, a lot of the other coins are coming off of Ethereum. So Ethereum, always invest in Ethereum. Before you invest in anything else, Ethereum and Bitcoin should always be your number 2, your 2 biggest that you're going to have for cryptocurrencies. Then obviously, like I said, Polygon, or it's called Matic. Google it. It's coming up. It's at a good price right now, so buy in. Cardona, great with smart contracts and peer-to-peer. $1.20 right now a share. Very cheap, but it's up and coming as well, and it's in the top 5. So it's definitely one of the coins that you want to hold on to. A lot of great value, and it's creating that very being able to use smart contracts, which are huge in the blockchain network. Then you have storage. So right now people have iCloud and Dropbox and all those things, but those are also ways they get hacked. That's just on IoT, Internet of Things, and it can get hacked in the cloud. Your MacBook gets hacked, they get into your cloud. The blockchain, they can't do that. You can't hack the blockchain. It's unhackable right now. There's people that are smart, so I'm not oblivious to someone one day will do it. But understand, people are breaking into your accounts, your storage accounts, your bank accounts right now easily. Banks get hacked all the time, but no one's hacking the blockchain. So that's the difference, security, right? We all want security. Your stuff isn't secure if you're allowing your money to sit in networks that can get governed and taken advantage of by hackers. Then I want to look at like Stellar Lumens. Allows easy transactions. There's a lot of them, and it's a new platform, so I'm kind of looking more into that. But Stellar Lumens, it seems like it's a platform that's going to stick around for a while. Then if you're into like the gaming industry, you're into gambling or anything like that, I would look at Uniswap. Uniswap is a gaming token that works on the Ethereum network, but it's also very popular. So Uniswap, another great one. Then that's it for me on blockchain investing right now. I got my platforms. I got kind of where I want to go with this. Who do I think is going to be the strongest in that? So, Polygon, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Doge, Uniswap, Stellar, Cardano, Matic. They all play their own circle around this whole digital market right now, right? Then I get into stocks. So stocks, y'all, stuff that you're paying Fidelity and whoever else you use to invest your 401k, your retirement plans, your savings plans, whatever it may be. These are the people that you're investing your money into. Robinhood, Coin, whatever it is. So this is what they're using. And this is what I kind of see as stocks that long-term growth, they've already been growing the past year. When you look into the future, when you look at to where the world's going, not right now, look into the future, because this is what stocks are for. Stocks are necessarily for long-term investing. Can you make a lot of money doing short-term quick sales? Yes. Long-term though, you're going to make more money, and it just makes sense. Don't buy things just to jump in and out. That takes too much time away from like trying to day trade all day. That takes away from your life. Let stuff sit there, let it build interest, and this is why. NVIDIA is very important when it comes to like graphic cards, processing, chips, all those things. So NVIDIA is huge right now. They're up 105% in a year, but they're also one of the most important because of Bitcoin. In order to mine for Bitcoin, you need good graphic card. If you're big into gaming, the gaming industry is going huge right now, especially like if you're into like combat games, as in like Call of Duty, Battlefield. Those networks are going to keep growing, and there's a lot of competition behind them. Soon, although gaming is a sport, it's not a sport that's recognized really like globally or amongst a big network. And that's what EA Sports and Gary Vee, and they're all building these networks right now. So understand like the gaming network is going to blow up. So NVIDIA is important. It's going to keep increasing. Their graphic cards, they're number one. So NVIDIA, Tesla uses NVIDIA. So if that's not important, Tesla uses NVIDIA and their automation vehicles. Starlink, if you guys have been watching my channel, you know about Starlink. Starlink's what's telecommunication. Starlink will actually allow you to post to have it on your house now. $99 it's due, and when it comes out, they'll mail you your kit, and you can hook it up, and it'll go directly to satellites. Faster bandwidth, faster frames per second. Elon Musk always talks about frames per second. So if you're doing anything in artificial intelligence automation, look at Iridium Communications. A lot of people have been sleeping on them, but they're up over 70% this year, and they're very cheap to buy stocks. So buy a bunch of them. Starlink isn't going anywhere. Comcast and Spectrum, very suspect when you have people like Starlink and Blue Origin out there trying to put orbits. They're putting satellites out there. They're going to cut down the time of what it takes to get your information. So instead of it, going all the way higher up to different satellites and everything, now we're cutting that out and we're getting it faster. So the satellites are in a better orbit space called the L, and that's what Iridium Communications has underneath their belt. They control this. So not just Earth, look at the orbit, look at space. There's a lot of stuff up there in space that controls a lot of things that keep a lot of congestion out of the Earth. So space. Virgin Galactic. Now, Virgin Galactic, if you know anything about Virgin Mobile, Virgin, the Virgin Group, I forgot the guy it's owned by, but he's a very smart guy, and he's already looking into aerospace, travel. Virgin Galactic is finding ways to create space travel for all humans very conveniently. So Virgin Galactic, SPCE, I'll look into that as well. Plantier Technologies, they are connected. They're a software company. They're connected with SpaceX. SpaceX, the owner of, one of the founders of Plantier Technologies is also one of the founders of SpaceX. They're also one of the investors of SpaceX. Robert Thiel, his last name is Thiel. He is friends, and he's partnered up with Elon Musk. So if you invest in anything that has to do with Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, Neuralink, Hyperloop, anything that is being developed in an automation artificial intelligence by Elon Musk, Plantier is going to be a good option to look into because it's a software company that's partnered up with all these other companies of Elon Musk that are private as well, and that guy's in it. So if he's in it and he's developing a software company that is going to be needed by building automation, to me, it makes sense to invest. Square. So you got Cash App, you have Twitter, you have, the founder, right? Like that guy. He's even he's doing a lot, right? Like he's really taking into how to advance crypto. So he buys a lot of crypto. 1 second. Yeah, Jack Dorsey. So apologize, Jack Dorsey, Tesla. I mean, like he's partnered with Tesla, right? Jack Dorsey is also the person who just bought Tidal from Jay-Z. Jay-Z still has shares of Tidal, I believe it is, but it's a music industry that is going to blow up, especially with the NFT market. It's a music platform streaming company that Square just purchased. So it just happened recently that they purchased this. So stay attention to that. Tidal could be a big company that can come in and do a lot of good things, especially team up with Square, who's with Twitter, who's, social media controls everything. So when you look at all these different platforms, Square's Cash App, Square's not going anywhere. So it's going to be around. Dorsey's making great investment moves just to stay automated. He's also very invested into Bitcoin as well. So that's good to know that Square is investing into Bitcoin because it's a digital currency, and Square is a digital currency, right? As far as moving stuff digitally. Another one is Google. Google owns 10% of SpaceX, or 7.5 to 10% of SpaceX. But they also, right, you don't do anything without Google. So if Google is not in your portfolio, it should be, because I guarantee sometime this week, in a week, you've been on Google. Sometime in a day, you've probably been on Google. Then you have like Amazon. Amazon is not going anywhere as far as like the transportation, logistics, moving packages around, right? They're competing with Walmart. They're just taking things to a whole nother level as far as transportation, logistics, especially with automation, home automation, commercial automation, transportation automation. So when you look at where the world's going, Amazon's already years ahead. And that's because if you look at how they hire and develop the best, innovation is artificial intelligence. That's where technology is taking us. So innovation. Obviously Tesla is the leader in automation. They also have certain programs specified for Tesla that others don't have access to. They also have the most data, times 100 times more data than anybody else in the automation industry for vehicles. So like when your vehicle is self-driving, Tesla's starting this. Like Tesla's been doing this for a long time. Yes, they've had errors. Yes, they've had, things that have happened, right? Like there's always setbacks when you're developing something new, but look at Ford, look at GM, look at, Subaru, BMW, Mercedes. They're all jumping into this too. Jaguar, Volkswagen, Volvo, like they're all jumping into electric vehicles, automated vehicles, automation technology. It's just Tesla's doing a lot faster. So pay attention to Tesla, because that's not a bad move to have long-term either. When you look at artificial intelligence, automation technology, Bitcoin, what is Tesla doing, right? They're in Bitcoin. They're in automation technology. They're in space. They're in Solar City, right? They're in all these different markets, and it's not really regulated. The government's not regulating what they're doing in the automation, like automation, artificial intelligence, Bitcoin. Like it's not regulated. So it's a lot of the developers, a lot of these investors that have probably way more money than me or you. And I say probably, right, because you never know who watches these channels, but they're already doing these things. So if somebody has more money than you, like Bill Gates said, if Elon Musk has more money than you, you listen to people that have more money than you. So that's why I'm in Tesla, right? But then I also looked at like ARK Investments. ARK is a very interesting company. They actually have a lot of good insights, and it all comes from their owner, Cynthia. She's actually very good at what she does. She 1 second. So Cynthia, she invests into a lot of SpaceX, a lot of innovation, automation, Bitcoin. She looks at everything long-term, long future. That's why they're launching their space ETF, projected maybe tomorrow. But she's definitely moving her company in the right direction, making the good connections with certain people in the industry. Kathy. So Kathy Wood, she's definitely somebody that's dangerous in this market, and her company is up 156%. So when you look at these, Nvidia 105, Iridium 70, Virgin 81, Plantier 126, Square 296, Arc 156, Google 78, Amazon 58, Tesla 515. Like this is all 1 year percent that they're up. So if you look at your investments and you look at your retirement account, you may be getting an investment back of what? Interest rate, APY of maybe 6 to 8% if you're lucky. But I just read to you all these different percentages of how much money your money could have went up if you would have invested, on your own or invested with somebody who's looking at these things that's kind of explaining why you should go into these different markets. So why I invested in ARC, right? ARC is a big company that's coming out their own space. They're really looking at innovation. They're looking at different markets. It's a good ETF to have if you're somebody who just wants to put your money with somebody who's already looking into long-term things that have connections that you may not even have, right? ARC has those connections to Elon Musk that they've had private interviews. They've invested into, like, with Virgin Galactic, like they're very into that space, that automation, that artificial intelligence, communications. So I've been analyzing different stocks that everyone takes, and these are the most common that any big player that's an investor, this is what they have in their portfolios. You will have a lot of other things, but if you have these in your portfolio, I can almost guarantee that your money is going to grow. Just let it sit and just let it sit and let it grow. Be patient. Be patient for the growth. Gary Vee hits this a lot, and Kevin O'Leary and Mark Cuban. Just let your money sit there, and just the worst thing that can kill you is patience. But patience is what will pay off on this. Because if you invest now, in a couple of years, when your friends are just trying to invest into these things, they're going to be late. They're going to be late when they need to invest into these things. And the way I look at investing is it's always something like what I want to do later. What's going to get me the most profits? What has the most future? What's more long-term? What's more sustainable? Is it innovative? Is it something that can get taken out by multiple competitors? Everything has competitors, but how strong are you against the competition is what I look for in investing. For a long time, I thought being able to be an owner was to own these companies and actually just do it myself because I have the vision, right? And I have a lot of knowledge. But now that I look at it, the best way to be a part of the vision for the growth of the future is to be a part of these companies that you invest into them, right? Be a part of them, take partnership, take an investment into them by looking at their vision, deep diving their research, and hey, if the vision matches your vision, then you don't need to redo somebody's vision if they're already doing it. So that's why, like, business is great. I have messed up hip and everything. So getting in and doing a lot of these different things that require a lot of physical work, sometimes I can't do them. But if I can invest in companies that are already putting in the physical work and their data is matching everything that's long-term, invest into them. So once again, if you're looking for stocks and you're looking for a way to expand your portfolio and you just want some help on what to invest in, what's hot, what's not, I would say, once again, if you're going to invest into blockchain is a security network. It's a platform that is controlled by the people. End of story. It's controlled by the people. It's a free platform to move around your assets that generate interest. Long story short, it just generates interest to people's networks. That's very secure. In order to hack the blockchain, damn near impossible. So, and that's because it's computers. It's computers and programming that are constantly, it's training itself to get smarter and smarter and smarter. A hacker is never going to be smarter than a computer. The computer's training itself to get smarter than the hacker. Person is never smarter than a computer. And that's why artificial intelligence, invest into it, because it's going to happen regardless. If your brain, your thoughts are like, I'm not doing that. Artificial intelligence, that's crazy. It's going to happen anyways. It doesn't matter what you think. It's really these people that have this, they're already doing it. And they're not going to be wasting this and everyone else's millions of dollars and billions of dollars to send spaceships and rockets to Mars and colonizations and building up cities and renewable energy and solar energy, telecommunication. People aren't going to waste money on things that aren't sustainable or not going to bring back an ROI or return on my investment. People aren't going to invest in that. And that's any smart investor that are like these private companies. That's why it's so dangerous to understand them. Because if they're private and they don't want to go public, it's because they don't want you, me, or anybody else to own what they're doing or tell them how to operate. Because they're private. When you're private, you do what you want in so many avenues. You do what you want. That's your company. You take in private investors, you say who you want to be a part of your company. Where on a public market, you kind of just get to jump in wherever you want. But on a private, that's not the case. And you also have to have a lot more money. So ARC has a lot more money than me, and they're invested with SpaceX, telecommunication, all these other things, right, that they may not even talk about. But ARK's a good investment for me, just because they're in there, right? Palantir is connected with Elon Musk, so why would I not be a part of Palantir, right? I look at the future. I look at, who has the most money, right? Who are billionaires around the whole world, and what are they doing? What is like Alibaba's old CEO? What is he doing? He's very into SpaceX. If you don't know anything about China, China's kicking our ass. They're kicking everybody's ass in space and automation technology and renewable energies. Erase whatever you think you know about China and understand that China's kicking the US's ass right now. Soon, Europe is not even a player no more. And Elon Musk and Kathy Wood, they all talk about this. Europe is not even a player in these industries. China and Africa are actually going to be the players, the big players in space and automation technology. So everyone's sleeping on these two countries, whether you're not, I shouldn't say everyone, but watch them, study China, see what they're doing, see how they're building cities that are going to have carless, but still operate accordingly. And you don't need a vehicle like at all. Forget what you heard about living in a city that's congested. China has billions, and they're finding ways to develop cities in an economic and renewable energy fashion that is very sustainable. So that's going to be interesting to see how a full energy city, automated, how that operates, but China's already building it. So it's going to be awesome. And they're doing it before the US. So China's who we're really racing against. But China also looks to the US like SpaceX for space technology, like intel, like help. Because we have Elon Musk. Like, honestly, guys, we're very lucky in the US to have Elon Musk. And that may come off differently to whoever you are. But that guy's very smart, and he's just in a whole nother world that he's the richest man in the world, and all these big countries, these big players, Elon Musk doesn't have many enemies. Like, he has enemies, but he doesn't have many enemies that matter. So, like, the space, yeah. So I would just say, guys, space. Look into space. Look in artificial intelligence. Look into automation technology. If you don't want to do any of that, you just want to just invest your money, I would say invest. Open a Robinhood, open a Coinbase, and invest in these accounts. Invest in Doge, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, Cardano, Storage, Stellar Lumens, Uniswap, blockchain. Then go into your stock market and invest back into these. You can do all of this pretty much on Robinhood. Some things you do on Coinbase, some things you do on Robinhood. And then like you have NVIDIA, right? Graphic card, Iridium, Virgin Galactic, Palantir Technology, Square, RKK, ARK, Google, Amazon, Tesla. Just invest into those. Make your portfolio diversified into those. On Robinhood, you're only going to be able to get Doge, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And then on Coinbase, you can invest into Polygon, Cardano, Storage, Stellar, and Uniswap. So on my Robinhood, I have Doge, Bitcoin, Ethereum in every stock that I named. That's building on my portfolio. I don't want to put my money into one of everything. All my money into Bitcoin or Doge. I want to diversify. And based on the percentages that these companies brought up over a year, no matter where I diversify my portfolio long term, these companies aren't going anywhere. So the stocks will just keep going up. When you jump in is depending on how much money you make, whether it's long term and you invest now and you actually profit, or do you keep waiting until it becomes a fad or becomes a trend or just becomes something that's okay, cool, I guess I'll do it now. So that would a trend, but that's not a good investment. Like, invest before everyone else. Because when you invest when everyone else does, you lose a lot of money. You don't benefit because you don't see any gains right away. So investing is not a week game. It's not a month game. It's a year's game. So you got to have years. And if you only have a few months, well, at least play it for 3 months. At least play for 6 months. Don't pull out in a week. Don't pull out in 2 weeks. Don't pull out in 2 days. You will see no value to that unless you're a day trader and you're day trading, but you're paying attention to the market nonstop. So, but if you're not somebody that's, busy job, you're just looking to make some money, let your money build up some more money. You don't want to give it to nobody else. Go here. Stocks, the blockchain, the data is there, y'all. The data is there. If you just spend, a day just researching every company that I named, you will find out that, okay, this guy actually did know what he was talking about. So I would advise, those are the things, y'all. So this is what this one was for. I just want to help somebody get into the stock market, kind of go through what they need to understand. I hope that, you make that adjustment now. It's the end of the month. If anybody knows anything about the end of the month, stocks always do jump up and down, but data shows, like, if you just want to invest in something just to get a heads up and just to get in there, just invest in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to skyrocket. So whether you're in now or not, I hope you're in now, because when I invested, it was around 40 something thousand, 44,000, and now we're at 56. So have I sold money out of Bitcoin? Yeah, I have, to fund other coins. Because I'm just a regular person like you guys, well, most people, right? So I don't have, tens and hundreds of $1,000s, but I had enough money where I could buy, a good amount of Bitcoin at a good price. Did I lose money originally? Yes, but then I sold down and I rebought in, and I bought in more. And then I seen what was going on when I did my research, and I bought a shit ton of Bitcoin, and I let it boost back up, and then I sold, and then I've been diversifying, and then I sold a little bit more, and I diversified a little bit more, and all these stocks are all in my portfolio. So I'm building up the portfolio. I'll build up the portfolio, let it build interest now. We're still in COVID, so don't go on vacations right away. Don't stay home for a little while. Stay home, enjoy your time with your family. I wouldn't say just at home, but like go do things that are, go for a walk, go to the park, do things that are not as expensive, and keep using that money that's you're saving and put it into your accounts. Just keep putting it into your Robinhood account, dude. I'm telling you, Robinhood's shit. You get a debit card. I don't ever need a bank. To be honest, I don't need a bank at all. And if I don't want my stuff sitting in stocks, buying power, just leave your money in the buying power. That's kind of like a savings account. Just let it sit there, and it actually builds annual percentage yield at like 0.3%. It's not much, but if you just want to just sit there and kind of just not do anything, but just let it sit there. Let that money relax. So you don't have to go spend it right away. But you have a debit card, and if you want, you can invest it. And when you need to use your debit card, you sell some of your stocks, and then you pay with it. And then the rest of your money is still investing, and you only use what you actually needed. So don't overindulge in shopping. Don't overindulge in going out to eat. Don't overindulge. Buy what you need. And that's why Bitcoin and having these Ethereum and having these certain, currencies are very good to have, because you can buy and sell, buy and sell. If you need a little bit of money, sell it. Of course, that's your money. That's what it's for. It's the people's network. So you're just spending it's your money. But the only difference is you're building a better interest rate. So, and that's always important. You always want a return on your investment. Don't let anybody do anything that's not going to get you a good return. So I hope you guys enjoyed the channel. Once again, check out my links. I posted a lot of links in the bottom of the summary, in the description, and it will give you a lot of great information, as well as ways to start saving money, as well as earn money just by opening up accounts. If you like my channel and you want to donate, hey, I like Ethereum. I like Bitcoin. I left 2 addresses at the bottom of this. So if you have a Coinbase account, or you have a way to send wallet money, hey, there's my account. Hey, I accept donations. I like investing. I like seeing where I can take my money long term. And if you're somebody who doesn't really understand, hey, I can help you. I can help anybody make money. I can show you. I'm not going to do it for you. I'm not going to give you money, but I can show you how to make money. That is the gift that I have. I can show people how to make money because I do the research, and I have an eye for watching how data works. I have an eye for watching data and why it works a certain way and what's happening. And I don't do things based on emotions. The market's very emotional. So when you have a lot of people who are rookies, or people that don't know a lot about investing, just in general, the psychology of investing will overwork you. It will drain you, and you'll want to sell. You got to invest with somebody, talk to somebody, mentor somebody who's not emotional when it comes to this. I love this. It's like a passion, right? So if my videos inspire you, like, subscribe, share, and I promise the information I'm gonna deliver is gonna be top quality every time, just straight, what I'm finding out, what I'm looking into. And if anything I say is incorrect, comment, let me know, because I only get better from the comments that I receive or the information I get from somebody. So I hope you enjoy this channel, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.